Do you guys see how red I've gotten? Like, just today. Look at that. Look at, oh my god. That's not good. Moving forward. How much you want to bet Alex isn't going to watch this one either? Comment down below how much you would bet that Alex isn't going to watch this one. I'm feeling pretty good about my odds. Okay. So, part 4. It's at 136. That's the first part. Keep in mind that the first, like the top bar, those are all muted notes with the left hand, which should be all right. Except for the 16th notes. So if you look at measure, what is it? If you look at measure 8, those 16th notes, Eliza and Noah, they are not muted, so you don't have to crank out a 16th note with one hand. And then at B, it's no longer muted. B is super easy. It's all pretty easy at the beginning. Now, I know the rest of it looks pretty daunting, but keep in mind it's 92 beats per minute. 92 beats per minute is the same as the last part of part 2, and that's really slow. That's like I mean, it's easy enough. So the 30-second note runs are kind of all over the place. Eliza, just so you know, if you look at C, if you have something with those little bars, that signifies a diddle, in contrast with a buzz stroke. So if you see, it's beat 3 on this one, starting at the measure where C is marked, that would be diddles, so just keep that in mind. So super easy stuff, really. Like, the rhythms aren't too hard. The 30-second notes are mostly up and down, but if you look at measure 25, that one's a little different. Noah, you're gonna have to play on and to and. So I mean, I trust you'll do that. You're one of our best 30-second note players, so you got it. Then you do it again at measure 27, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I mean, I trust you completely. 28 is pretty easy. 29, that is going to be the same rhythm we've been playing the whole time, just with a quarter note at the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So like that 5-note rhythm, like the swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I mean, just play it the same way we've played everything else. At D now. So keep in mind that at D, or sorry, not at D. What is that? 29, 30, 32. At measure 32, that's not an and. That unison is on the E of 1. So coming from D, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and so it's not boom, bum, boom, bum. It's boom, bum, boom, bum. So just keep in mind for that. The unison pattern is a little weird, but we'll work on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 30-second note run there is pretty easy. The 8th notes are scoffable, very easy. This next 30-second note run here, don't get caught off by the unison that's in the middle of it. Like for Eliza, you just would play a straight 30-second note, but Noah, you're going to have to extend your 30-second note to a 5th note. And if you are having trouble with it, then I think missing one person isn't going to do that big of a deal, honestly. They're just going to make that big of a deal, so you could just drop it if you have to. So E is a 2/4 measure. So don't get caught off by that. And E is going to be measure 37. That's the one I'm talking about. You probably already found it. But so on to 28. 28 is pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I mean, most of these rhythms are really easy. It just looks really daunting. But now the one rhythm that's a little weird, the only one, is that very next measure, the last measure of the page. So that is going to be one. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's up. I mean, you'll just memorize it. You won't even have to think about the rhythms, but that's the only one that's like semi-weird in this entire fourth movement. And also keep in mind, this isn't 92 beats per minute, so it's not hard. It's very slow. So at 40, we get into a metric decrescendo. That's what it's called, when the notes get physically slower and slower. So starts off with Eliza just doing some diddles. Keep in mind that that first note at measure 40 is not a diddle, Eliza. I'm not sure if that's a typo or anything, but just for now, don't play that. Okay, so this is probably the hardest part of the show. Beat 2 for you, Eliza, and also Noah. That's going to take a hell of a lot of work. So beat 1's easy enough, but then that extends into 30-second notes, but it's I mean, there's no way to count that. Actually, never mind, E's and O's, but so it's just like 1, E, and but with 30-second notes. You guys are just gonna have to work on that together. There's nothing we can, I mean, you could try right now to do it. Hopefully you can play it. We'll probably bump it down to like a 16th note for now until you guys can feel more comfortable cranking out some 4s. So just keep that in mind. Then we've got 2 6s. We'll give you guys the rhythm for that later. And so now we're on 41. Alex, playing 5s is super hard. So what I'm going to tell you is that get the tempo and then choose a 5-syllable word like university. And then just try to say university in the thing. So like if the tempo is like this. University, 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 but. So that's how you figure out a 5. Like, not even joking, that's what Hunter Jackson did, the old percussion tech. So just pretty simple stuff. And if you look, this is the first time I've ever seen this actually. If you look at the very last note of the show, that is fortissimo, I think. No, that is fortissimo. Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty interesting. Nice 4 Fs there. A big decrescendo from fortissimo. But, I don't know. So, that's going to be it. I'm pretty sure there's this shtick in this show where we don't stop in between 1 and 2. In between movements 1 and 2. No, I'm just talking about general stuff. But I don't think we're going to stop there. I think, like, the notes played by Kainoa, like the do-do-do-do, I think those are going to continue directly into the second movement if I understand what I've been told right. So, I mean, that's not really a big deal for us. Just keep in mind, if we start doing that, don't get flustered by it. And also, we're going to start looking at some mallet changes because I think we're about to get our poofies rolling out. So, if you will flip to Electric Daydreams Part 1, you'll see that we have a mallet change there, and we also have a mallet change in the second movement. I'll talk to you guys about that tomorrow, July 19th, and we'll get some solid mallet changes going, unison mallet changes as well. That's all I got to say. Like, I thought this piece was really hard when I first looked at it, but upon realizing it is 92 beats per minute, super easy. Like, the 30-second notes at 92 beats per minute are really, like, probably what you could play before you even learned how to do 30-second notes. So, practice. Do the homework, I swear to God. Do the homework, please. That homework, like, if you don't do it, it just shows Hank that you don't care. And, Hank already gets on our cases all the time, so please do the homework. If you didn't do it last night, please try to do that too. But at the very least, do tonight's homework. Please. All right.